You know those friends who always have the worst luck? The ones who could trip on a flat surface and somehow break both legs? Yeah, that's my buddy Neil. And of course, he had to be the one who booked the creepiest Airbnb in the middle of nowhere. Typical Neil move. So a bunch of us decide to go for a weekend getaway. Classic setup: wooden cabin, zero cell service, and that weirdly specific smell of old furniture and mild regret. It was supposed to be fun. Until Neil, in all his wisdom, picked up the old landline phone. You know, the ones people only have for decoration these days? Yeah, turns out this one worked. Neil, being Neil, picks up the receiver and jokingly says, "Hello, ghost of the past, any discounts on hauntings?" Except this time, someone actually answered. A woman's voice, soft, almost a whisper, says, "Why did you come back?" Neil, being the human embodiment of bad decisions, plays along. "Oh, I missed you, darling." The voice doesn't laugh. Instead it says, "I told you never to return." At this point, we think it's one of those prank recordings. But then, the phone, which isn't plugged into anything, rings again. Now, I don't scare easy. I once watched a full horror movie alone with the lights off, no blanket shield. But this made my stomach knot. Neil, obviously not sensing danger, picks it up again. Before he can say anything, the voice shrieks, "Leave now." And then the door creaks open on its own. Now I have two instincts in life, fight or flight, and my legs decided flight was the right choice. But Neil? Oh no, our hero here says, "Must be the wind." The wind? Bro, the door just welcomed us to our own demise. But before I can drag him out, we hear footsteps. Slow, dragging, coming from upstairs. Now at this point I'm thinking, great, the ghost upstairs is probably doing cardio, let's not disturb them. But Neil? Of course he's already halfway up the stairs. The footsteps stop, right at the top, and then we hear it. "You promised you wouldn't leave me again." Neil freezes. We all do. "Because that voice?" it said again. Then something moves in the darkness. A figure, long, twisted hair covering its face. It tilts its head at Neil, and then it whispers something. And Neil. He doesn't scream. He doesn't run. He just turns to us and says, "Guys, I think I remember now." What? He remembers now? Neil looks at the figure, eyes wide, and says, "I was here before. I left her behind." And the woman? She smiles. Suddenly the lights go out. There's a loud thud. And when the emergency lanterns flicker on, Neil is gone. Just the phone, ringing again.